Hey everybody, I'm here in the city, in the beautiful city of Leiden. Look behind me, typical Dutch windmill. I have to watch out because there's bikers, cyclists everywhere. Anyhow, Leiden was founded in the early 9th century. That makes it almost 1200 years old. And Leiden is known because of its beauty, rich of history, and the oldest university of the Netherlands is here in Leiden. 1575 established. Leiden. Leiden with E-I, not I-J, because that means to suffer. So I said I'm here in Oestgeest and I'm standing in front of restaurant Nona Manis. That's right. I'm meeting with Mrs. Renu Lubis. That's right. And she's the treasurer of IDN in the Netherlands. So I'm meeting up with her. We're gonna talk about what else? Food. Right? Because food and music brings all of us together. So let's go inside and meet with Renu. Look at this. Hey Renu.
Hello.
Look at this. They're still closed, but once you get in here, take a deep breath and you smell Indonesia here. So that is so beautiful. Let's go sit down and talk about everything. So IDN is more than just working for dual citizenship, American and Indonesian. No, there's more beyond, because write this down. 1.7 million. Okay, 1.7 million ada di sini in the Netherlands. Okay, with roots in Hindia Belanda / Indonesia. Can be orang Totok Belanda who was born in Malang or in Manado. It's part of that. And that's why I say 1.7 million. The biggest community of Indo Belanda or Dutch Indonesians outside the Netherlands lives in SoCal in Southern California. Can you picture that? So that's why IDN is more. It goes beyond just fighting for dual citizenship or whatever, you know. So thank you for that, because I knew, but I didn't know it was that much. 1.7 million.
Yeah, and I think the Netherlands is the biggest for Indonesian diaspora. So I think like my children is the third generation and is the diaspora, because I think my children is 75% Indonesian and only 25% Dutch, right? So I think and there's also the Moluccans people here is also diaspora. Timor is also here, and like me, Bataks. But also don't forget, like Suriname, Javanese Suriname is also a lot here in the Netherlands, and belongs also to the group of Indonesian diaspora here in the Netherlands. Yeah. So it's more than that. And I think now it's like we are talking about more like soccer now, because a lot of Indonesian diaspora who is playing for the Indonesian national team are Indonesian diaspora.
Yeah.
And
so
I think that's also important. So
Indonesian diaspora, is Indo-Blanda, but hey, we're part of it. So learn from each other. But like I said, the biggest, what is?
Community?
The biggest library about Dutch or Indonesian history is here in Leiden.
KTLV.
There you go.
In the university with KTLV, and I think that's also very important.
So I have a very important question. So I have here an Indonesian mother, okay? There's an Indo-European father in the kitchen. So this is a daughter. So then she's Indo. But I ask her, how did you raise your kids? We're in the Netherlands now, okay? So how did you raise your kids? In Dutch, in Bahasa Indonesia, or how?
I think both.
Both.
And I think the Indonesian culture is very important because back to the roots, and that she will acknowledge that she has Indonesian blood. I think that's for me very, very important. So Indonesian language is also important, but also the culture and the family. I think that is that you know your family, where you come from, and I think so. I think maybe 60% Indonesian and 40% Dutch.
Yeah. What about you, Nina? So that's what your mom said, but you growing up in the Netherlands, born and raised, of course, in the Netherlands, most people know what our culture is, our Indo culture, but if a stranger comes up to you in Amsterdam or here and asks you, hey, what is your ethnicity? Of course you're Dutch, but are you Thai? Are you, so how do you tell a stranger what ethnicity is?
I think my sort of go-to answer is always that I'm Dutch Indonesian.
Okay, yeah.
In the sense that I have a Dutch nationality.
Yeah.
But I would say that for the most part, I am Indonesian.
Yeah.
So I mostly identify as Indonesian.
Yeah.
But I also acknowledge that obviously by growing up in the Netherlands, there's certain things that I acquire through that as well. So I don't want to write that off either. So it's sort of I'm very proud of being both.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with being one or the other. It's fine to be both.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be one more than the other or one less than the other. That's all fine.
Ya.
Yeah.
Nah, ini buat orang Indonesia di LA ya. Ibu dari Indonesia, dari Menteng ya. Suami dia seperti saya orang Indo-Belanda ya. Tapi kenapa di LA kalau ada ibu dari Jawa, papi dari Medan, kenapa anak nggak bisa bahasa Indonesia, bahasa Inggris? Gimana sih? Kelihatan orang Indonesia, tapi bahasa keluar bahasa Inggris. Ini bagus. Bahasa Indonesia dan bahasa Belanda dan bahasa Inggris. There you go. Dankjewel. Thank you for that. So, kalau mau ke Belanda, dari Schiphol jangan ke in and out, nggak ada di sini. Kamu harus langsung ke sini di restoran
Nona Manis.
Nona Manis. Yeah? So we just came from Nona Manis, the restaurant from Renu. And now we're in Leiden. And we're going to her other place. This is a to-go place. People buy and order Indonesian food from her other place. And it's called Iboe Tjilik. There you go. Iboe Tjilik. And let's see how it looks like here inside, okay? And she's gonna tell about the history of this beautiful place. Let's go. There you go. You smell Indonesia already. There you go. Look at this.
So cold.
Is it cold?
Yeah.
Tell me the history about the 1, 2, 3, 4 tantes against the wall. So she's the founder of Iboe Tjilik?
Yes, she's the founder of Iboe Tjilik. She was actually a secretary from the University of Leiden, working there.
Is she Indonesian or Indo?
Indies.
Indies. So her roots is in the Dutch is Indisch and Hindia Blanda.
Yes,
Okay.
and her name is Kloer, so her father is her father is German.
German. What's the last name?
Kloer.
Kluwer, okay, yeah.
Yes, and she was 65, and then she said, well, okay, I can retire, but she's also a very good cook. So her 3 friends.
1, 2, 3. Who is this Ibu?
That is Tante Luz. Tante Luz is from Padang,
Padang,
usually.
uh-huh.
It's also Indisch.
Yeah.
And then Tante Elfie is from Manado. Mama Hit. And Tante Lien Struve, married to a Dutchman from Bandung.
What's the last name?
Struve.
Struve. Strijve, yeah.
Yeah, Strijve.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she had the first Indonesian restaurant in Leiden here, Dua Kunci.
Dua Kunci. Two keys.
Because that's the symbol of Leiden, right? And that was her restaurant.
Ibu Strijve of Struve. Ibu had the first Indonesian restaurant in Leiden,
Yes.
Dua Kunci.
Dua Kunci.
Nah.
And then when Tante Til retired, they all said to her, well, Til, why don't you start a
Your-
takeaway and we help you?
What's the last name van this tante?
Tilly Kloer.
Kluwer, German. This tante is
Van Damme. That's
Van Damme.
Yeah, that's the Dutch, her husband name actually.
Yeah. And Tante Manado, what last name?
Mama Hit.
Mama Hit.
Yeah.
So you see, all those. Renu said Indische. Indisch means born in the Dutch East India. Hindia Blanda. German last name. Yeah, Hindi. Blanda last name. Manado. You can recognize the Indo, the nose. Manado nose. And this one.
It's from
the
Bandung.
Bandung, the first Indonesian, Indo tante who opened an Indonesian restaurant in Leiden, because Renu said the weapon shield of Leiden are 2 keys.
Yes.
There you go. Now, what's your history
Story.
involved in this place?
Well, I think Iboe Tjilik was always like a gathering for us, for people with Indonesian root or learning Indonesian at the university. So my best friend was also working here. She studied Indonesian culture and languages at the university. And she asked Eduard, my husband now, my boyfriend then, if he want to help Tante Til here in the
Toko, yeah.
in the Toko actually. So he started here like I think 1994, and then yeah, that's it. And then but Tante Til knows that he cooks well, but not Indonesian. So she said, well, Eduard, do you want to learn? So she
Learn from the best, yeah.
Yeah, learn from the best every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He works here in the kitchen, whether with Tante Til, Tante Luz, Tante Elfie, or Tante Lien. And I think that is the power of Eduard, because he can cook Manadonese, Padang,
Javanese, yeah.
Javanese, and Sundanese.
All of them were here, and
Yeah, and I think that's also the taste of Iboe Tjilik. So many tastes, I think, from all the archipelago.
yeah. Tell the viewers, Iboe Tjilik. What does Tjilik stand for?
Tjilik is actually Javanese for little. So
Little.
it's
Kecil,
little
eh?
mother,
Yeah.
a little mother or little madam, and actually, Tante Til, the owner, was not little. She was a big mama.
Yeah. And see here, Iboe written in the old Hindia Blanda style. Iboe Tjilik. There you go.
Yeah. So
And this place, so was founded 94, is that? Approximately
87.
87. 87. And then,
We survived everything.
so
We survived.
you and Eduard took over when?
1999.
1999. Through COVID, you survived?
Yes. We survived the building, I think the deepest and the biggest porky garage in the Netherlands. That was tough. That was 13 months. We are
So what she means is they were making underground parking space,
Yes,
and that means business could be gone because there's no traffic to the takeaway
Yeah.
restaurant. But she survived that and also COVID. How was it here? It was a big line over here to get in.
For COVID, yes, because we could delivery and also takeaway is sometimes like a drive-through.
What a lovely couple, Eduard and Renu. If you ever go to Holland, stop by in Oestgeest or here in Leiden and visit them, Renu and Eduard. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, give it a like, and I'll see you next time. Okay? Doei!